we're at a film festival, and as much as I'd love to talk about Johnny Cash for a lot longer, because look at my hair. It's the Johnny Cash hair is really sort of the slick back, you know. But I wanted to talk to you. You've worked with Sam Peckinpah a couple of times. You've directed by him twice. You've written a couple of songs in honor of Peckinpah. And you know, as a film geek, I've only ever read about him, and I've read stories about him and things. But I'd like to hear. It suddenly got much louder in here. I'd like to. Hello, there we go.
Not mine.
Here, you take that one, Kris, and I'll. Hello. Yeah.
Hello. No, it's still.
Oh. It was going so well there for a second.
It was. Oh, there we go.
But you've worked with him a number of times. You've written a couple of songs in tribute to him, and the things that I've heard about him have been that he was a difficult guy who was drunk all the time. I would like to hear an expanded version why he was your friend. No, why he was your friend, and more about what made him special.
I respected him as an artist.
Was an unbelievable filmmaker. Yeah.
I don't think the film I did with him was one of his best. But Straw Dogs and oh God, here I go. The first big one. What was the biggest?
The Wild Bunch.
Right. Well, he was an artist, and he was his own worst enemy. He spent so much of his energy. By the time I did 3 films with him. I did
Pat Garrett,
Convoy, and the one that what's his name was the star in. Well,
you keep talking, and I'll look it up.
Yeah, we made it down in Mexico.
Again about Fredo Garcia.
Yes.
Boom. There you go. Thank you. That was great. Thank you.
All right. Who was the star?
Oh, it was
Warren Oates.
Warren Oates.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But what was it about Sam, other than his great artistry, that I mean, you know, you work with a lot. You worked with Scorsese. You've worked with you know, all sorts of people like that. You're not writing songs about all those people, but you did about him. What was it that drew you to him?
It might have been the self-destructiveness we had in common. I think it was just that he believed in his art, in his work, and it came first, in front of everything else. And I had the feeling that it was burning out his energy at the end. He was spending so much time arguing with MGM, you know, that Pat Garrett kind of suffered for it. But and they took it away from him. They stole it.
Well, there's a recut version. The original version that he wanted to release and that never got released is out on DVD, and it's a revelation. When you see it, the way he wanted to see it, and it has my single favorite line that you've ever uttered on screen in it. And I wanted to ask you about that. You're about to shoot the deputy, and you've got a shotgun full of dimes, and you're like, "Keep the change, Bob." Boom. That is a great movie line.
That was an ad-lib.
Was it? Really? Yeah. And was Peckinpah the kind of director that would allow you to, I guess, to play around with the things a little bit like that?
Well, I'm not sure he wanted that to happen.
Right.
But he recognized immediately when something was coming out more honest than the other.
Right.
I was wondering if this "in" word also meant insubordination.
You know what? I think in your case we could tack that on, maybe. Yeah.
No, but Sam was an artist like I thought artists were. He was self-destructive, and the most important thing in his life was what he was creating. And unfortunately, a lot of people who are built like that burn out.
Well, Do you still feel that way? That art has to come from a place of self-destructiveness and
No.
Obviously.
No, I think his art didn't come from his self-destructiveness. That's what destroyed his art eventually.
Right.
And I don't think you have to be self-destructive to be a creative artist. Some of us just have so many inhibitions going into it that to free ourselves, we need to hit ourselves in the head with a hammer. But fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, I was surprised when we were sitting backstage, and you were saying, "Well, I get so nervous before I go out." You're Kris Kristofferson. These people should be nervous being in the presence. This is not.
That's where I'm nervous.
But it's still, after all these years, it still gets you a little bit?
I think when it stops scaring me, I'll probably quit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't scare me as long as it used to.
Right.
And I don't have to hide behind my band anymore. I'm playing by myself now.
Right.
But I think, singing is probably one of the most personal, revealing things that can come out of you.
Right.
And if you sing as badly as I do, that can get respect. Fortunately, I had some good songs. I was a good songwriter, but I'm a lousy singer and I'm a lousy guitar player.
I don't think you're going to get a lot of enthusiasm for that take on you.
Canada.